everyone, I would like to talk to you today all about therapy dogs and the important role that they play in society. By the end of my speech, you'll know more about the history of therapy dogs and what makes a good therapy dog, as well as how therapy dogs can help people in so many areas of human life. When I was just 4 years old, someone left a puppy on my front steps, and from that day on, I've always had at least one dog, usually two, in my life. I can't think of a kinder, more gentler, loving animal than a dog. Therapy dogs are a very certain type of dog with a certain disposition. It's very useful for several types of therapeutic situations, including hospitals and helping children and the elderly. Even helping with disaster relief, with their proven ability to help lower anxiety and help with depression, and they just make people feel better. Today, I'd like to discuss how a therapy dog is chosen, what makes a good therapy dog, and next, I'm going to discuss a brief history of dogs being used for therapy, and finally, I'm going to talk about the many ways in which therapy dogs can help people. Much of the information I'm going to share with you today comes from several informative websites, including therapydogs.com, animalhealthfoundation.net, and TDI-dog.org, which is Therapy Dogs International. And an interesting article I read entitled 4 Pounds of Courage from the University of Tennessee. Not all dogs make good therapy dogs. For instance, I have two dogs. They're very good dogs, but both of them have a disposition that would not make them a good therapy dog. They're a little hyper, a little high-strung, and I think to be a good therapy dog, they need to be a little more chill than that, a little more relaxed. There is very specific criteria that's used to choose therapy dogs. They need to be at least 1 year old. They need to be good around other dogs. They need to obey, listen to their handlers. They need to allow strangers to touch them, not jump on people. They need to walk on a leash without pulling. They need to not get bothered by strange noises or smells. Be calm for someone to pet them. Not being afraid of people walking unsteadily, which can happen in hospital situations. And overall, they just need to be very well groomed and healthy animals. To become certified as a therapy dog, an owner just needs to apply with a local organization that will usually involve a test by an observer. The tests usually include a handling portion to test your dog's basic manners, good manners, and also your handling abilities as an owner. If you pass that portion, then the next step would be to see how your dog interacts with residents or strangers on at least 3 separate supervised visits. Throughout history, dogs have been used to help people. They helped by guarding flocks like sheep. They were used in tracking and hunting, search and rescue. They helped leading the blind. Even as early as World War II, there was a therapy dog, and his name was Smokey. He was just a 4-pound terrier that was found in a foxhole in New Guinea by an American soldier. And throughout the next 18 months, he visited hospitals and helped the wounded soldiers with morale. There's always been a bond between humans and dogs, but it wasn't until more recently, like the 1970s, that people really recognized that bond and the emotional health and well-being of humans. So studies have shown that a person holding a dog, petting a dog, will have less stress, will have lower blood pressure, and even help with loneliness and depression. Therapy dogs can help humans in many different ways. They can cheer up sick people in hospitals. Also, they can be very helpful in hospice situations, in both home visits and hospital settings. And they can also help in nursing homes, especially with loneliness and depression. There's also been evidence that the therapy dogs can help children read. By the children reading to the dogs, it allows them to become better readers and lowers their anxiety about reading. Maybe you could help with public speaking, as I know, like myself, people get really anxious with public speaking. Therapy dogs are extremely helpful in helping people who've been through natural disasters. There's so much post-traumatic stress associated with survivors of natural disasters, and therapy dogs have been very helpful to these people. I remember after the marathon bombing in Boston that organizations from all over sent therapy dogs to help the many victims of that bombing, and you could just see the smile it brought to all those patients' faces, and it was really nice. Um, as you can see, therapy dogs are a very special kind of dog with a long history of helping humans, and not all dogs are right for the job. They must meet very specific criteria. Their dedication and love in helping people in areas such as hospital settings and hospice, and even with disaster relief, helping survivors with post-traumatic stress that it often follows disasters, it deserves to be recognized. And hopefully I have enlightened you a little bit more on the subject, and you can hopefully appreciate more what these wonderful dogs do to help people live happier lives. Thank you.